What's a food that you swear people only pretend to like? If I've learned anything in this thread, it's that I'm clearly uncultured. I've got no idea what 70% of these foods are. I've got no idea what 70% of these foods are. And you're luckier for it. Same. I expected to see answers like sushi, mayonnaise, dark chocolate. Definitely got a regrettable culture lesson. Well, looks like I just discovered that my taste buds missed the memo on being cultured too. That Italian cheese that has live larvae in it. Pardon? This horror. Some who eat the cheese prefer not to ingest the maggots. Those who do not wish to eat them place the cheese in a sealed paper bag. The maggots, starved for oxygen, writhe and jump in the bag, creating a pitter-patter sound. When the sounds subside, the maggots are dead and the cheese can be eaten. It's fine guys, just do the pitter-patter test. Surströmming, almost rotten fish, might be the most disgusting food on earth, but I read somewhere that some Swedish people actually enjoy it. My college offered Swedish. We were going to do an event for people who were daring enough to try surströmming in the quad. Then the COVID shutdown happened. Consider yourself lucky. Being happy to try everything at least once, I volunteered to open the can and try it first on a Sweden trip. As soon as I punctured it, underwater, as we were advised, I started retching and knew there was no fucking way. It smells like literal death. Underwater, as we were advised. Until I read that part I was so sorry for you. Guys next to us opened one like a normal tuna. It was on a beach and people started to slowly get the F out. Like 30 people. I wouldn't be surprised if some people actually consider roadkill an exquisite delicacy. It's all about embracing diversity in taste buds, right? Edible gold. Just throwing your money in people's faces. They wouldn't do that if they were alone in their house and didn't show anybody. On that note, eating gold isn't impressive to me. I had plenty of Goldskläger in high school and I didn't even have a job. Thing about edible gold is that it's not even expensive. They put like $1 of gold leaf on some ice cream or something and raise the price by $100 cause now it's fancy and has real gold on it. My brother discovered how cheap gold leaf was online and now he brings stuff like gold leaf potato salad to family barbecues. Eating gold? I'm still trying to convince my taste buds that Brussels sprouts are a delicacy worth pretending to like. Live octopus. Does eating a creature that's actively trying to crawl out of your mouth as you eat it really taste so good that it's worth the trouble and choking hazard? There was a 1,000 Ways to Die episode where a Korean guy was trying to impress his potential father-in-law by eating traditional Korean food which included a few live foods including live octopus, and he indeed did die because it decided to rest right in his windpipe. To the monsters, we're the monsters. Humans evolved as persistence predators. We're not the fastest, but we can keep chasing you for hours, days even. You sprint away until you're exhausted only to hear us getting closer before you've had time to rest. Tell me that's not the stuff of nightmares. I once tried eating a taco with legs, but my taste buds were like, are you trying to play peekaboo with us? Not in our mouth, buddy. We have something in Portugal called arroz de lamprey. I have no idea how to translate it, just so you know it tastes like tar. I'll help you out. Lamprey rice. Lamprey being any long slender primitive eel like freshwater and saltwater fish of the order Petromyzoniformes, having a sucking mouth with rasping teeth but no jaw. The star ingredient in this classic Portuguese stew is lamprey fish. The dish consists of sautéed onions, olive oil, wine, smoked sausage, rice, and lamprey, which is cut into smaller pieces and then marinated in a combination of vinegar, wine, various herbs, and its blood. All the ingredients are combined and cooked until the stew thickens and develops its typical dark brown color. The dish is mainly associated with the northern parts of the country, and it is traditionally prepared between January and April when lampreys are in season. Arroz de lamprey info source. You had me until marinated in its own blood. I don't know about you, but if I ever find myself craving a taste of tar, I'll be sure to book a flight to Portugal for some arroz de lamprey. Food prepared by my nephew. It always contains Play-Doh and is overly salty. Now that you mention it, I don't think anyone is actually enjoying anything at my niece's tea parties. He looked at his niece, and his niece glowered back. She'd narrowed her eyes and her pupils were black. The silence between them was heavy with dread. Your cooking is fucking disgusting, he said. Masterful, Sprague. OMG, I haven't seen a Sprague post in forever. As much as I love my nephew's culinary creativity, his Play-Doh special never fails to make my taste buds beg for a permanent vacation to Flavorville. Once upon a time I swore that salted licorice was the most vile thing ever to have graced our fair planet. However, about a year ago my wife made me try some, and much to my surprise, I liked it. I worked with stained glass and we used a white block of sal ammoniac to clean and redden our iron tips. I was curious what exactly sal ammoniac is, so I looked it up, and apparently its only two uses are cleaning soldering iron tips, and flavoring salty licorice. Which came first and how they figured them out, I have no idea, but there's a mini anecdote for you. Some URL. There is also alcohol with same taste. I recall in the 80s candy shots became popular in Sweden and we made them by dropping candy in vodka bottles and shook them. So turns out my taste buds have a secret plot twist too. They went from salty licorice? Gross. To bring it on. Fermented shark. Iceland has joined the chat. I have a video of me, an Australian, trying it at the disgusting food museum in LA. I almost gagged. Luckily they had Vegemite on hand for me to use as a palate cleanser. This should be so much further up. My immediate thought was that Icelandic fish that they pee on, although apparently, that's an urban legend. Well, I guess my taste buds missed the memo on wanting to experience what it's like to chew on a rubber boot marinated in fishy despair. Lutefisk. It used to be dinner once or twice a year at my parents' house. Dad was a firm believer in making you eat everything. None of us kids wanted any part of lutefisk. Mom finally got him to let us have something else because lutefisk was too expensive to make them eat it. The boy with the terrible stench. Bobby Hill has both caused himself intestinal distress by eating an entire pan of lutefisk and also gave himself gout as a prepubescent boy by eating so much fucking chopped liver, aka the Louis Anderson, that he literally could not longer walk and dance. He disproves this entire thread. The boy ain't right. I don't know about you, but if I were to ever develop a sudden desire for fish-flavored jello, I wouldn't question my taste buds' rebellion against me. Social media influencer version of a healthy salad. I've watched so many and there are some that look really good but others are questionable concoctions. Did you know that if you mix kale, water, Greek yogurt, vinegar, tomatoes, tree bark, and grasshoppers, it'll taste just like cookies and cream ice cream? It's my new life hack /s. You forgot the blue algae powder. Did you say grasshoppers? EATZEBUGS. Well, I've seen salads that have more random ingredients than my sock drawer, but hey, who am I to judge? Low-fat ranch is fucking disgusting. That and anything else like mayo is always terrible when it is low-fat. Mayo is already 99% fat, you can't make it low-fat without creating a gloopy watery product that doesn't taste anything like mayo. Asked for light mayo at Subway and got low-fat mayo. So gross. I now ask for a small amount of regular mayo. This is the way. If the point is to be more healthy, skip the low-fat bullshit. Just don't eat huge amounts of everything and it's fine. Well, I never thought I'd see the day when low-fat ranch became the Mr. Bean of the salad dressing world, universally despised but still manages to show up at every party. Chitlins chitterlings, the smell is gut-wrenching and it feels like rubber. I never understood how people could find pleasure in eating something that smells like a tire fire. Just give me a pizza any day. Not food, but Malort. Apparently Malort was popular in the US during Prohibition because it wasn't banned, the logic of that being that no one in their right mind would want to drink it. And according to a friend they said it was only floor cleaner to get away with it. If you look up the flavor profile it's basically woodsy and gasoline. Which checks out. I tried it. Tastes like floor cleaner Thai has already been used on a wood floor. I'd drink it again. Come have a Chicago handshake with me. I'll have you know, I once ate something that tasted like a combination of old socks and regret, but hey, at least it wasn't Malort.